What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to part 3 of the Nationalist China playthrough. Right now, in the last part, I should say, we conquered a couple of the warlords, took out the Yunnan, Guangxi, and the Ma, as well as we demanded Tibet, and they ceded to our demands. Right now, we are at a massive amount of political power. Once I hit 900, I'll be able to replace my corrupted economy, which is going to be amazing because that gives us a lot of really nasty modifiers. It also gives, we'll also be able to get rid of that negative 15% recruitable population factor, which just means our already kind of comical manpower is going to become even more comical. So, as far as plans for this part goes, I'm going to go ahead and start time. I think the hope is we're going to get up to 750,000 manpower in the field, which means I'm going to have to up training a lot, probably. If we can do that, we'll be able to demand the Sinkiang area. Once we do that, the problem is we can't really generate our own war goals yet because world tension's only at 21%. Oddly enough, the French Commune have generated like most of that. Yeah, the peace treaty generated a lot of the world tension, actually. That's comical. Germany is not doing a whole lot, apparently. I have no idea what they're doing, but it's not much of non-aggression pact. Okay, this is interesting. We could do this. Denying it doesn't really do anything except for not give us a non-aggression pact. It may be a good idea to take the non-aggression pact just for now. I don't think they're going to come after us immediately, even if we don't take it. And to tell you the truth, I'm not really too concerned about them. We've got our troops built into decent divisions now. The next step, logically for me, would be to not only get our manpower in the field up to 750 so we can demand the Sinkiang area, but also to upgrade our divisions to a 20 width so that we can start getting some better combat power out of them. We've got plenty of manpower to do it. Really, the big limitation is guns. We have a surplus right now, but we are also training divisions. So we have to bear that in mind. Every time we train up and send out a bunch of divisions, it's going to take away a bunch more of our guns to train some more. I think I'm going to deny this, simply because we don't need it. It's not really useful to us at the moment, so I'm going to deny. Normally I would accept that, but oh well. I really want to go after Indochina just because they're independent. They're an easy target. Siam would not be... He's not Siam right now, actually. The Siamese People's Republic down here would also not be a bad target. But other than that, we're just going to let time keep on chugging, get rid of corrupted economy. We're working on investing in the industry just because that leads us down the Nationalized Electronics Company and Brave Science. And once we have Brave Science, we only have to get to above 100 factories in order to get rid of our public illiteracy and gain another research slot. I am not completely sure what I'm going to go after first still. I would love to take these areas back, but a war with Japan right now would probably not end up going very well for me. They do have a lot of troops on my border. What would be excellent is if Japan got themselves into a war with the Soviets. That would be an amazing thing. Because that would mean that they are distracted by another major power, even though technically we're considered a major power. Ooh, I forgot about Asylum for the Jews. That gives us a plus 5% research bonus. And considering that we're not even going to be able to get education for the nation until we have 100 factories, and we're still well away from that, what I might do is I might go ahead and do this, and then I might run ahead and take these 2 local industrializations. We are, and we can replace our corrupted economy. Let's see here. Definitely not joining civilian. I think partial mobilization is probably the best bet. Right now we're at 35% consumer good factories. This will drop that by 10%. War economy would be great, but we're not fascist or communist. So we're going to have to pass on that. And I think we'll go ahead and jump just to partial mobilization. Not super concerned about our fuel gain. So yeah, partial mobilization for 900. It's a lot, but that gets rid of a lot of our really, really terrible debuffs to not only our, our economic status and our research speed, but also to our building speed. We are now going to be able to build things at a much faster rate. We've got more civilian factories available for building. I'm going to make sure we don't have any wasted time here by building a couple more. We're going to build them like here and here, just because we got good bonuses to building there. We'll build here too, actually, and I'll put it above that because it's got 70%. There we go. All right, we're going to let time march on again. We are at 510,000 army manpower right now, with just under 500,000 in the field. Oh, we've got a civil war going down over here in Chile. Is that what that is? Yes, it is. There's a fascist uprising against the authoritarian but awfully democratic side. I think that fascist uprising is probably going to get its crap whipped in. They've got, well, I don't know, actually. They might not. They could have more divisions, and they have the only military factory in Chile, I guess. So we're still dealing with some resource shortages. My apologies. But they're being used to build some things that I'm not as concerned about. The big things I'm worried about as of right now, and I'm actually going to go ahead and research this real quick. Really, the big things that I'm worried about is our artillery and our infantry equipment. Those are the big must-haves for China at the moment. If we have those, I'm not super concerned about other issues. We got improved machine tools. I am bad at talking. I think going down our land doctrine would be a great idea. And I am not going to spend any power because, unless I'm dumb, which is possible, I believe that in our decisions, we're going to minimize this stuff. Go away. Yes, this is what I'm thinking about. Improve the NRA. I believe we have to do this 4 times in order to remove the nasty effects we get from our incompetent army national spirit. And that is an absolute killer for when you're trying to war against other major nations. For the rest of the Chinese warlords, it doesn't make a huge difference. I don't know that they suffer... Oh, nice, industry approved. I don't know that they suffer the same issues, but the other problems that they face that weakens them that are solved by our sheer size are enough to make it to where it doesn't particularly matter for them. But once we start looking at going to war with somebody like Japan or the Soviets or even like India, we really want to have that knocked down a peg or two because it's really a nasty national spirit. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, here it is. You can see right there. I mean, we have a lot of nasty debuffs coming from this national spirit, and it's one of the harder ones to get rid of because you have to have the army experience to get rid of it, and you really only are able to accumulate a lot of that through war. So, yeah, that's not a fun debuff to have laying around. Where am I gonna put you? Put you on the border with Burma. German Reich claims Mamel. What's the German Reich up to? Yep, they took Mamel. Doing our industry stuff. We're up to 84 factories, which is beautiful. I love to see it. We're going to continue buffing up our production of artillery and infantry equipment for now. Oh my, things are going nuts in South America. We're going to continue researching on our doctrine. South America is just losing its mind, isn't it? Okay, that's just Uruguay. That's not that big of a deal. Oh, interesting. Brazil's fascist. I always thought this man had such a weird shaped head. One of the weirdest fascist leaders in the game. Nothing like the stud that is Oswald Mosley, for sure. We're going to go ahead and get radio, actually. Radio is a nice research to have for wartime. These guys have got to be close to capitulating. $510. Let's see here. We do support 38. Just continuing to. I'm actually not going to build anything with our dockyards. Are we importing steel from anybody? No, we aren't. Nice. So we are just getting a lot more steel than we were before, which is great because steel is one of the most important. In fact, I don't even want to say one of the most important. I think it is the most important resource in the game. It's very valuable in many ways. All right, let's see what kind of folks we can get. That extra construction speed would be lovely. Holy cow, the world's blowing up. I forgot to start my timer again, so I have no idea how long this is running for. So we finished mechanical commuting. We're going to go ahead and go into computing machine right away. We are running behind on that. Anyways, back to the political advisor problem. The war industrialists would be nice. Right now we're not really building military factories, though. We're mostly building civilian factories. Eye above the population, never really cared for it. First Lady of the Republic is actually a nice one. That extra stability and extra war support is very nice as China. Minister of Education is a great one for that extra 3% research speed. I think that would actually get us out of the negatives for our research bonus. Not really much for the Compassionate Gentleman. Don't really care for Minister of Railways. The Financial Expert is another good one. Takes away 5% of that, 5% of your consumer goods factories. I actually might go with him just because we're so focused on building civilian factories right now to help kind of snowball into a better industry. I think we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and get the Financial Expert, and then I'll probably get First Lady of the Republic. I'm definitely going to get the War Industrialist eventually, though that dockyard speed and military factory speed is amazing. Maybe I might actually do the Minister of Education instead of the First Lady. We'll see. But for now, going to go ahead and get the Financial Expert to reduce our civilian factories. That freed up like 4 more, which is great because now we have almost 3 full sets of civilian factories building things. Gonna ignore our dockyard here. This little civil war has ended. I can't justify against them because world tension is not high enough. We're going to pause that. We are at 93 factories now, though. So I'm actually going to start working towards education for the nation because we are not far from being able to do it. And we got free civilian factories, which is wonderful. We are going to continue building in here. And we've got a full 3 full sets plus 2, which is amazing. It's great. Really, really want to see that industry snowball. All right, we've almost got a full set building infantry equipment, which is a really good way to get these troops trained, because that's really the limiting factor in training troops. So we're actually doing pretty well in terms of training at the moment. I think after these guys finish, I'll add a couple divisions to their training, because we have a surplus right now of 14,000, and that was higher than when we started training, I believe. I think that's mostly due to the fact that all the factories are beginning to gain efficiency. They're upping their production efficiency over time. We develop the ore deposits. I won't do that. I got other things I need to do. So things are going pretty slow right now. I think I might go ahead and cut out a chunk of this, and I'll bring you guys back in when things heat up or something were to happen, something along those lines. But for now, we trained a couple more divisions, which is my cue to add some divisions, I think. Yeah, we're going to up this to 20. Why not? All right, outstanding. What's our infantry equipment look like? We lost a bunch, but that's okay. We could actually probably up it to 24. Let's do that. Yeah. Great. We're going to add this guy onto that army. And with that, we are going to be at how much in the field? We have 574,000 in the field. After this batch comes out, we'll be at 701,000. So another 2 batches, and we'll reach that required amount to tell the Shaanxi region to join me. So I'm going to go ahead and cut here, and I'll bring you guys back in when things start to heat up again. All right, so I made a cut, and during that time, as you can see, we have 106 factories now. That's unlocked a couple of focuses. We are also up to 700,000 manpower in the field, and we're training another 127. So when this next army comes out, which will be not before too long, March apparently, when this next army does come out, we will have enough manpower to go after the Sinkiang region here with this national focus. I've gone down a couple national focuses, including I've got an education for the nation. So public literacy is now gone. We also got a research slot for that. So we're up to 6 research slots now. We're doing National Resource Commission right now simply because we can't do the Sinkiang yet. So we're just going to go ahead and do this. If this finishes and we still can't do it, I'm just going to pump out a couple units to get my in-the-field manpower up to that. We have the National Defense Council. I kind of forgot about that line. Research-wise, we're not doing a whole lot different. We are going to go ahead and research Small Arms 39, though. Oh, yeah, and Europe is absolutely blowing up. So Germany here is kind of going nuts. But really, the starter of it all is fascist Amsterdam here. They are going absolutely nuts. They declared war on Luxembourg. They took them over and puppeted them. And then they immediately went to war with Belgium, and they are now wiped out. But before Belgium was able to be wiped out, they joined the Northern Lights. So now Germany is at war with the Northern Lights. It's cranked world tension up quite a bit. Poland has formed the Miedzimor, whatever, doesn't matter. They're going to die. And France has joined the Comintern. So democracy is dead in this world. The Northern Lights, I believe, are some of them are democratic. Sweden's authoritarian, whatever. But democracy is basically dead in this world. The only people that have it, that are following it still, that matter, are the UK and the USA. And then, of course, the UK's puppets are mostly following democracy still. Authoritarian South Africa, democratic Australia, democratic India, but they're free. They are no longer a puppet. So, yeah, democracy is quickly dying off in this world. It seems like fascism is probably going to be the winning side here, because I can't see, even with France going communist, I don't see them stopping Germany and Italy and now the Dutch on their side. So unless the United Kingdom works with the communists, which is definitely possible just because the communists are more than likely not going to be the reason the entire world breaks into war, it's probably going to be Hitler or Mussolini. So we'll see. It makes me a little more anxious to... Why are you going fascist? That's weird. It makes me kind of more excited at the idea of allying with Japan, but at the same time, I kind of want to kill him. So I might do that instead. Haven't decided yet. Either way, we're going to take out these guys first. Once we take them out, we're going to jump back on Japan. We're going to do Natural Resources Commission. And then I'm going to do the Sinkiang issue so that we can take them out. I'm going to do another cut here so you don't have to just sit here as I work through that. And yeah, I'll be back when we're ready to go to war with Sinkiang. Alright, so we're going to chime back in real quick. I reached the manpower requirement to do the Sinkiang issue, and as you probably saw, they just submitted. I didn't have to fight them, so that was great. I wasn't expecting them to just give in like that, especially after that long-fought civil war, but they did, and now we're able to move up and sit on the Soviet border. China has gotten even a little bit larger, and I'm actually going to go ahead and justify against the Indo-Chinese down here. So we're going to go ahead and justify against them. Did I draw up a battle plan against these guys? I don't think I did. I'm going to go ahead and do that right there. Make sure everybody's assigned to it. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and justify on them. I don't think they're going to join a faction. They're the same, they're not aligned just like me. I can ask to join now. The problem is, there's no non-aligned faction, really. I guess they could join the Polish team. In that case, I don't care. They can join the Polish team if they really want. Or I guess they could join the Northern Lights. They can also do that. The only people I'd be concerned about them joining is the Comintern or the Axis, or the Allies. The Allies probably won't let them in. In fact, the British can't let them in, I guess. So that's good. The British can't let them in quite yet, and I doubt they'll be able to get in anywhere except for two teams that I don't really care if they get into. So there's your little update. I've hired a couple people in here, including somebody to help with infantry attack. And then I also have the Ministry of Education now. So we're now going to be working down the focus tree towards some of these more economic and political based focuses to improve our control over the country. Things like improving our output, factories, and our production efficiency growth. This is going to give us more recruitable population, which is absolutely hilarious. And then, of course, we get down here. We actually will get a ultimatum against Indochina, but I don't think we'll need it. I'll just go ahead and take them over anyways. And I believe the Portuguese and United Kingdom get ultimatums for these two ports that they hold down here, which I know the United Kingdom's is Hong Kong, and however you pronounce this, Macau or something along those lines. So I think I'm actually going to go ahead and end it there. This was a really weird episode. I'm going to be doing a lot of cuts and such, so I will end it there, though, and we'll pick it up, hopefully, by the time we get ready to go to war with Indochina.